5.
My check, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video about your ultimate fave. Now, if you are new here today, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. And for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave. This has been highly requested throughout the month of October, and every time I try filming this, something comes up. It's probably the devil trying to stop me from telling the story, but I won't. Let me just check. So guys, this story time has been highly requested as a result of what I said on social media. Today I'm going to be having a lovely little girl dinner. I was at a liquor, so I decided to have the last Corona in my fridge. Oh my god. Please note guys, me I drink whatever I want to drink because I'm not affiliated with anything. So I am having the creamy carbonara noodles. I was so excited when I saw eggs at the Woolies today. I was just like, oh. And if you guys are probably wondering why I have no eyelashes on, I actually went to an event today. I was emceeing at an event and I decided I didn't want eyelashes on, so please don't be surprised. I know most of you guys say I look weird without eyelashes. So yeah guys, I'm having creamy carbonara noodles. I added milk to them. I added a little bit of cheese. It was the ultimate girl dinner, okay? I've been battling doing the story time, but before we get into it, I just want us to have a quick bite because this is literally my first meal of the day and it's going on 11 p.m, okay? Exactly. Oh my god. Guys, out of all the girl dinners I've ever had, this has to be like in the top 3. In the top 3, okay? And I'm looking forward to having the eggs. So, I'm not gonna ramble too much. I don't have time. I have so much to shoot. I'm actually not even sure if I'm gonna shoot it. But essentially, this is a story time as a result of another story time that I told, and I mentioned that there was this guy who basically ghosted me on the weekend of Heritage. Abafana, bayafana, okay? And I don't care if my neighbors hear me because abafana, bayafana. Yes. Okay, let me have another bite and let's get into it. And yes, guys, if I'm holding my chopsticks wrong, that's not a you problem. That's a me problem, okay? All right. Without rambling too much, let's get into it. Now, now I'm not gonna specify, I'm gonna have to specify the years because I can't lie about this. Anyway, for the story to make sense, we need a little bit of context, right? So we're gonna have to take it back to how I essentially met this guy and how I got to know him and essentially how we got into getting to know one another. Or dating, of which I don't even think we were dating because I obviously didn't take him seriously, but whatever. Now, I met Mystery. Sana, izinto zami. We're going to need context. You know, sometimes when you date guys that you shouldn't be dating, and when they realize that they can attain you, but taking it to the beginning, essentially what had happened was there is this annual all-white event that I attend, right? It's an annual all-white event, and essentially what happens is that the brand in question normally pays me to attend. You guys know, as my job as an influencer, I get paid to attend certain events. Not all events. Some events I really do want to attend them, but this particular annual all-white party, I actually get paid to attend. So what happens is, they call up your girl, they say to you, okay, no, listen, Naledi, we're gonna need you to come. This is what we're pushing, this is what we're doing. And you know, I just love working with the brand in question. And obviously I get to go there, look pretty, drink alcohol, be cute, and mind my business, okay? Now, this all-white event, what happens is, it's an event that's attended by a lot of high-profile people. When I say high-profile people, I just mean big spenders. I don't mean, high profile, ANC, EFF. No. It's just an annual event that everybody likes attending, but then obviously you've got a lot of big spenders. And now let me take it back even further. There was that particular day, around this year, you guys know that this year I obviously didn't date. Well, no, I wasn't in a relationship. I kept trying to dabble here and there. I was still kind of, was I on and off with Nathan? I don't remember. But this was the year where I just chose to focus on myself. Now, last year at this annual event, you could easily say that I went there on the prowl, on the hunt, to see the boys that were available. Okay? Mara, yo, le ngengkhona. Le yona. I get lerato khanyako. Chopsticks. Aw bad. Now last year, I was single as a Pringle. I went to this event, and then ultimately, the weekend after this particular event, I then went to a festival, which is when I then met Frank. So that annual event last year, I can easily say that obviously I was going there in the hopes, with the dreams, to find some rich man, and emphasis on the rich part, who was gonna see me and go, hello my size, hello my type, you know? So that was the case last year. But then this year, I don't know, man, I was in a completely different mental state. I'd started working out. I can even tell you, because at that particular event, I wasn't even drinking champagne. So I wasn't really going there to go there. Nah? But on the day that happened, they obviously give me a rider, they give me a table, they tell me to bring my friends, and obviously my mates really enjoy this event, because the nice thing is that we get there, we look good, we drink, and we go home. Now, that day, I was still in talks. I was still being courted by a guy. I didn't break up with him because we didn't date, but I was being re-courted by the guy who tried courting me 2 years back. But then I caught him in his shady element, and I was like, nah, I'm out, right? So around the weekend of that event happening, me and that other guy, Courts, I'm gonna call him Courts. Me and Courts, we were in talks and stuff, and I had asked him, like, are you coming to this event? And he was like, nah. Now, bear in mind, Courts is also a money nigga, because him and I've actually told his story time in the previous past, but I don't want to link too much back, because you guys are going to add up the numbers, and somebody gonna do the math right. So I don't want none of y'all doing the math right. I find him. So I find everyone gets very excited, because that annual event is the event. Hi, okay, fine. I'm talking to Courts. I'm asking him, how, dude, are you going to this event? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going because I have to work, but also I'm going because I enjoy going to this annual all white. Yeah, but guys, I'm all white. It must fight for our rights. Because that's the only all-white event where I can assure you it goes down. Now, not bearing in mind that how bad it was last year. Well, not the actual event, but what had happened that night. So this year, I was a little bit more on edge. Because what happened last year, I don't want to get into it. So I asked Courts, are you going? He's like, nah. No. I'm expecting him, now that I've told him I'm going, I'm expecting him to ask me, like, do you need anything? Must I hook you up with a boat? What? Man doesn't budge. I'm like, oh. And I'm at the peak of my career. I'm at the peak of my sexual peak, okay? So as soon as I saw that Courts isn't really saying anything, he was very tight-lipped. He just said, no, I'm not going. I was like, okay, sharp. I find comes the day, all my friends and I we gather. And now the setup was that all my friends and I would leave from my house, because the location from where I am is closer to my house than it is to any of my friends. Call up everybody, tell everybody, hey guys, be ready by 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I need everybody here in the designated area of removal. Because if you guys aren't here by 4 o'clock, I'm leaving. And also to a certain degree, like I said, I had content work to do. So I needed to shoot that content work. I find everyone gets here. We leave. Okay, fine. Get to the events. Hey, this year event, that thing, it was very nicely planned. Get there, get seated, relax. Now, obviously, because I'm me, I walk around, I greet people I know, I'm all about that business. I'm shooting content. I'm just, you know, in the zone. But this particular year, I wasn't on the prowl. I wasn't on the hunt. I wasn't looking for prey. Because honestly, one of two reasons. One, I don't have to because I already have bottle service. Not that I would look for prey, guys. Hey, me have popped 10K at the club. And I did it one man while I was dating one of my exes, which I won't mention who. But yeah, it's not too far-fetched for you guys to figure out who I'm talking about here. So fine, I go there, my bottles are ready, everything is fine. So obviously I'm not trying to bother anyone, no one's trying to bother me. Hi man, as the night goes on, I'm walking around greeting people that I know. Everything is amazing. Sharp. Then I bump. This is where it started getting fucking weird, ne? I walk around the premises like this. Imagine it being a square. I walk around the parameters. You know, I'm greeting people. I'm checking out people. I'm seeing people's husbands, people's girlfriends. I'm like, ooh, and I, ooh, about. People are friends out there. People's husbands. Whatever your husbands do in the privacy of their own privacy is none of my business. Unless you're my girl, then I'm even taking pictures there. As I'm walking around the parameters, I see Court's good friend. Now, as far as I know, even the first time I met Court, he was traveling with this guy. They go out to group together. They're not the bestest of friends, but this guy Court is like this guy's man, essentially. Let me put it like that. So you know you got all those guys, oh yeah, sure, man, I'm in. Whenever you go into groove, the table will be for Court, and Court will bring this guy. So let me call him Court's boy. Man, I walk around the parameters. I even remember that time I'm walking with one of my good friends that I've mentioned here time and time again. As I'm walking, man, I get pulled. Yeah, but as I get pulled, I'm like, clever rips. I see Court's boy. Now at the table, it's Court's boy, it's Court's other friend, whom I obviously don't know as well as I know Court's boy, because him and I, we have a history of where I once really disliked him because he got me in some bullshit. And I actually told the story before, so that's why I don't want to go back to Court's former name in the stories, because you guys are going to link it too much, because you guys really clever. Man, I see Court's boy pulls me, ne? And when Court's boy pulls me, he's also about to kind of tug on my friend, because that's basically essentially why he's pulling me. As he pulls me, but he also, yes, when they want to showcase who's bayagwaz at a party. When they want to showcase who's unaledi, so he pulls me. And at first, I'm like, then I go. Now I know for a fact Court is here. I'm like, and then he's like, hi, where are you sitting? I'm like, nah, I'm sitting down there. And as a matter of fact, so as I'm sitting like this, I'm literally watching him straight ahead. He's like, Kaibo. And then he's like, yeah, I'm here with your boy. But now at that table, it's Court's boy, it's Court's friend, and it's a woman. And then now, in the architectural designer thing, only one champagne designated to one drinker. Meaning for every time we have SOP, we have champagne one. And now because I know that guy is most likely not going to spend, I know for a fact that this girl is here with Court, or is here for Court. You can tell, man, who's the strong boy of the group, and that she's also sitting in such a way that she's not sitting mingling with Court's boy and Court's friend. She's sitting there in her own corner waiting for Court to come back, whether it's from the toilet, whether it's from the phone, whether it's whatever. And I'm like, and umuntu wakhe is supposedly umuntu wami, because the week previous, Court and I, we went out somewhere for like some nightly thing, ne? During the week. Now, first and foremost, nyanyile, because one, Court lied. Court lied and said he's not coming. I'm like, wait. Two, Court brought a girl here. I'm like, oh. After he said, nah, I want you back. I want to make things right. Yeah. I'm ready to take care of you. What? And I'm ready to take care of you. Skat mamela teo. I didn't get a head teo. So I pause. Because, you know, doing charity work, greeting the people, just Lady Diana and everything. Fine. I go back to my table. I text him. I go back to my table. I watch him. I wait for him to come back so I can see him in my line of sight. Court comes back. Soon as he comes back, I watch where he's sitting. Lo and behold, he's sitting with the girl. Then I text him because obviously I'm in my "are you cheating on me" era. Yeah, but even though he wasn't actually cheating, we just got back in touch like 3 weeks prior. I'm like, I see you. And no, I say to him, oh, you didn't tell me you were gonna come to this event. He's like, where are you, babe? Where are you, babe? I'm right in front of you. I now see his head, he's jiggering, he's looking for me. I'm so afraid to go missed. He's looking for me. And I'm like, look straight ahead. And then he looks at me, and then I've obviously got my Hennessy glass, and I go, And then he comes up to try to talk to me and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Don't leave your girl for too long. You know, and definitely don't talk to me because I don't want that slack. Fine. So I can see that, court can see that, I can see that he's cheating. Okay? That's fine. It's not a problem. After that, now he's asking me, no, let me come see what you guys are drinking. What can I add? I said, let me come see you guys play the birthday 6. Shh. The girlies are here. Now, bear in mind, I don't even have a glass champagne. But obviously, that table's my table. It's like, no, let me come see what you're doing. I'm like, don't even sweat it. We're good. I sent him a picture. I'm like, we're good. Already as A1. First of all, you know what? First of all, side note, guys, you can't buy a girl 1 bottle of champagne. At least it must be 2. Manje mele ngilincenge mina leglazeli ngoba wena ubongangiprioritizanga but you dragged me out my house to buy me 1 bottle of champagne. Okay? I don't like it, this guy. Alright, so then I see him now, he's trying to keep tabs on me. He's like, no, if you need anything, let me know. These are my boys. I'm like, okay. Alright, so now I decide to really do the rounds. Now I'm on the prowl. Now I'm on the hunt. Now I'm moving around. Ass out, stomach it's flat, makeup it's on. It's probably the best face beat I ever did this year. That face beat, it's the best. Okay, fine. Okay, na he kosho baba shimani. Hona che katla monto wa bona wena grootman na tsala di grootman tsa hao. I know the elderly. I know the ancestral money. Okay? You just came in. Okay? Hi guys, nginchele ngizalani. Ngisalung round lapha ngilungibheka abafana and stuff like that. Then me and my friend stop because these 2 guys stop us. But now the guy who's the friend wants to talk to my friend. And while he's talking to my friend, the friend who's supposed to be the wingman or whatever, we now just talking. He's like, hey Naledi, I like your content. I'm like, ish, what about giving me money? Like, if you like my content, donate. Yes guys, yes, I'm America ahlula ngalento leyo A1. Yes, umuntu uzomtshela the way, hey. You see me all the time fighting for my life, eating noodles on camera. The least you can do, ngishaya 1,000 uthi, thanks for your contribution to society. Anyway, I'm keeping the friend busy now. I'm talking to him so that this friend, who obviously is the dough, he's now the dough. He's now the grootman of this 2 setup. He's talking to my friend. As he talks to my friend, does Mystery not grab me out of nowhere? Sure. But man, Mystery grabs me out of nowhere. And he grabs me in such a way that any guy who was asking me out at that time would think that I've just been caught cheating. Because I was just like, what is up with you niggas and grabbing me? You know what I mean? Like, just pat me on the shoulder, man. And you know what? When I get you guys, fine. Mystery pulls up, and now he's pulling up from behind. So he grabs me to such a point where like my whole body turns. Now when it's turning out, poor boy is just standing on some, let me step back. Fine. So now I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and then when now? And then he's like, yo, dude, I'm actually just drunk as fuck. And I just saw you. So I was just like, I'm gonna need some help. Somebody gotta hold me down. Yeah, well, okay, fine. So I understand them. And then like we chat briefly, Mystery and I. Now context behind Mystery and I. Mystery and I knew me since from when I dated Drake, right? He's known me since then. And then he's always known me, but he's never actually like made a move on me under any circumstance. He even had my number way before that party. But he never made a move on me, nothing. Like he was just one of those guys who was just very reserved, timid, shy. Just didn't want to like bother, okay? Okay. So now I start chatting to Mystery and I'm like, where are you sitting? He's like, oh dude, I can't see where my boys are. And I'm like, where? He's like, no, it's somewhere on the other side. Now, conveniently where he's sitting is also about plus minus 3 tables away from me, right? So now Kiyo called Kamo and then Kiyo Mr. Kam. So I'm like, okay, no, let's walk back. Now, as we're walking back, he's holding me by the hand. He's holding me by the hand. And now we're walking. And now obviously I'm trying to make it look very decent by putting his hand here. Yeah, but so now he's holding my elbow, showcasing for normal. He's following my lead. Not that he's holding me, dog. Like I'm really just trying to keep the waters calm. Like even the men who are looking at me, tipping me a little now, they can't approach me because now Mystery is right here. And now I'm also asking myself, what? Okay, sharp. No problem. I walk Mystery back to his table. Now Mystery's there with this other nigga that I know. Ne? And these other niggas, but they are his friends, Fede. I met him the same day that I met them. I know them. So then I take Mystery back to the table. And I'm like, guys, I got they're like, Aibo, Mr. We have to go like 30 minutes young, but this phone. And I'm like, guys, nigga is this snacks. Okay, Shab. Now there I am thinking that the party's over here. As in, my au pairing is done for the day. I'm done being an au pair. I'm done. Now I can focus on other boys. I remember that day guys, I wasn't in the mood for Bashimani. Like, as a matter of fact, whenever a man came out to our table, I was just, but obviously not towards like my guy friends, but just towards guys who were making moves on me that day. I just wasn't feeding it. I wasn't for it. I man, now the vibe is shifting a bit. Now the Hennessy is sinking and now say okay. Now here's my table. Now Mystery's over there and Court's over there. Now Court is watching me like a hawk, like an eagle, ready to see like a dead deer. And like just, no, that's a vulture. Like a vulture ready to see a dead deer. Like he's just... Yeah, but fine. Hi man, about 30 minutes goes past. And I said, after 9, about 30 minutes go past. Hi, Mystery's back. Hi man. Hi man. Hey baba. Maya. Now Mystery's back and now he's standing. He's right there by the table. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Now bear in mind, Shane, he really was drunk. Like I just didn't understand what's going on. He comes back to the table. I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, no, I just came to check if you're fine. I'm like, I'm fine, Mystery. You can leave now. You're spoiling the party. Boys are looking at a table full of women and they're trying to like, dive in. He's like, no, I just came to check on you. And I'm like, okay. Okay. I take him back to his table again. I take him back to his table. And then I'm Mallela now. Now I'm the policeman checking the people. Hi man, this guy starts coming back to the table frequently. Like frequently. To a point where one of my very good friends is like, I get if I can say his name, Sansa. And I was like, I get babysitter again. I'm done. Yo, guys, I was so defeated. And that was like now the third, fourth time he's coming back. Sansa's like, okay, babysitter na mtana kubuyile manje. Then I catch caught seeing, like, you know, the interaction. And I'm like, agahlale lana. Agahlale la. I don't know. Not caught. Mystery makes it very clear, like, hey, bruh, me, I'm feeding you. I'm like, what? He's like, me, I'm feeding you. And I'm like, from Ning. And he's like, it's been a while now. I'm like, nigga, I need us, back it up. How long, what's he need? Like, no, dude, I really like you. I've always liked you. So I've been single this whole time. And he knew I was single, obviously, because I only found out later that he followed me on Instagram the whole time. So I'm like, you knew I was single. You knew I was ready to mingle. You knew I was dying for it. I was begging for it. And you never at any point asked me out. And now you're telling me today go liquid courage. She's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you. I'm like, okay. Now, I'm obviously brushing it off. Like, I'm playing it cool. I'm brushing it off. Like, he's trying to hug me. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Then the night ends, né? And now, this is how I was very scared that he might have been knocked the fuck out. He hands me a large sum of cash. And I'm saying large, okay? And I'm like, and then... So I obviously put it in my bag. And I don't spend it. Because I'm just like... This nigga utotoa, and then he's gonna say, please chill, dad. Fine, so the next day hits, and obviously I wait for him to wake up, because like I said, he's had my phone number. So I text him in the morning, and I'm like, hey dude, are you safe? Are you awake? Are you okay? Around Inkatsi Vele, he texts. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, dude, do you remember that you gave me a large stack of cash? And he's like, yeah, I do. Man, I was wondering where that money... He's like, no, actually, yeah, I do. But actually, it hit me later because he then went to the club and I came back home. I don't believe in doing second location. I think we're too grown for that stuff. He's like, no, I actually do remember giving you the money, but at some point throughout the night, I realized that my money is short. And I'm like, well, congratulations, you gave it to me, so do you want it back? Whew, thank God he said no. I'm like, okay, you did give it to me, so do you want it back? And he's like, no, it's fine, keep it. Put my Lisa, we go then get food. We drink it that day. It's a nice day. It's like the aftermath of that particular event. So now we're just eating, having a good time, sharing laughs, sharing jokes about the night before and stuff. And then, so he had asked me out on a date sometime last year. He asked me out on a date sometime last year, but he ghosted me. Yo, I'm a fan. He asked me out on a date last year, but then he ghosted me. Like, he just left me on red. And then after that event, we ultimately went on a date, which went amazing. Like, you know, he's actually such a wonderful guy when you get to know him. I obviously had my reservations at first because I obviously thought he might have tried to impress me a little bit too much, but I did not realize that for the past 30 minutes in Zeribuaka party early, but it's all gonna come together because the story is about to come to an end. He caught me, guys. He caught me. Initially, I don't buy too much into it. You know, I'm just very easy about the whole situation. And he's like, bruh, me, I'm feeling you. I like you. Ay, man, who like you, man. Fail. And now, one of the things that I liked about him is how very stand-up he is. He's very honest. He's very... Yeah, take it back. Hey. No man is honest, him included. But the one thing I liked about him at the beginning was that he was very forthcoming. He was very forthcoming about what he wanted from me and like what he wanted to get out of whatever we were building, whatever. I was just very easy on some, hey man, let's just see where the road takes us. Like, hey, don't make too many demands because I'm not gonna keep up. And he was like, oh. So we move, man, at a gradual pace, but the gradual pace becomes really fast. And essentially, I end up falling for him. Hey, son. I fall for him, nothing, and whatever the case may be. Now, I know that he's got some bad bitches as friends. Like, his friends are all bad bitches. I don't know one or sharp. Like, out of all his friends, I can't even pinpoint the one guy who will say, guys, let's just do the right thing. No. But he was just, I don't know, I think he was just the exception. Like, I think he just really enjoyed fun times. Like, I don't think there was a time where I would call him and not get a hold of him. You know what I mean? Manje game, ngibone umrivethi. Ngibone ngathi hayi manje. Khona kushaya amanzi. Something's hitting the water here. Ngibone umrivethi. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. So what I'm going to do is out of the 6 eggs I've placed here, I'm going to take 2 eggs out. I'm going to put them back in Nathan. Okay? Because Nathan was now making a comeback season, like being so determined about him and I. And I was like, let me analyze the situation here. The situation here is that I've got a blast from the past whom I know loves me. Okay, whom I know, kinalonga priority sometimes, whether or not we're together or not. If Naledi says, he's there. Then I've got Mystery here. Now, Mystery is a mystery. You know, I don't know much about him. He's very elusive, but he's very forthcoming about how he feels about me. Like, he's showing up for the girl. Showing up for the girl. So now, the thing about Nathan was his inconsistency. One minute he loves me, the next minute he can't stand my fucking guts. And I was just like, you know what, Nathan, like from time to time, what's going on. Because now another thing about Nathan and I is that we dated for quite some time, and then we took a break, and we got back together. And in that getting back together, it was a very like blurry thing. It was a very like, we just man. You know, guys, well, sometimes go back to your ex. Sometimes nights are cold, dude. Have you ever heard like the 21st of July, the coldest night of the year? It's cold. So I would have this tendency of whenever I got cold feet this side, I would then look for comfort this side. But then the comfort here was very limited. Because as soon as this side I could tell her, no man, we're going somewhere. It's fine. I'm single. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Fine. Now this is where things start getting tricky. Now initially I was the one to be very like hot and cold. And then I started being hot. Through and through. And now the thing about Mystery is that he does not handle conflict well at all. Like he will flight. He literally will flight. Like he will literally switch off, zone out, probably like his ears probably do this. Like once I start sharing my concerns, right? And another thing about Mystery is that in his view, once he said sorry, it's done. He doesn't have to do the legwork of actually making it up to me. And I hated that because I was just like, sorry just doesn't fix anything. It's about an apology and change behavior. And then he used to go out quite a bit, and I really had a problem with that because I didn't like someone who would spend weekend in, weekend out partying. I think for me that was a huge red flag. For me it was a huge red flag to be with someone who was constantly out every weekend. It was bothersome to me. Because why are you constantly drinking every weekend? Don't you have hobbies? You know what I mean? Now the thing is, Mystery's older than me. And Nathan, on the other hand, him and I are in the same age category. So if Nathan were to do it, it would make sense. He's still in his 20s. Mystery, on the other hand, I was like, I want to build it. Yeah, build it. build it. That wasn't my job. I wasn't in any space to build anyone this year. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that my mental health was just at an all-time low. So whenever I noticed these little red flags and I addressed them with him, I didn't really see anything change. And that was concerning. Like we have a riff. Like not that we drift apart, but I pull away. And I pull away because I think you can only say something so many times before you feel like, you know what, this person is not in any position to change. And also because him and I are still quite fresh, like we're brand spanking new. I wasn't expecting him to change for me, you know? I really wasn't. I wasn't expecting change behavior from him. I was expecting him to acknowledge. I was expecting him to understand that this is what you want versus what you're portraying. As a muntu ke bengathi ngimshaya nge woo, thanks God. I pull away first. He tries to reach out, I know, man, I don't buy it. Guys, does he not pull away from me? Stops calling me. Hardly texts me. And I'm like, this nigga is cheating on me. Cause like we would have a fight and he would just not speak to me for 3 days. Like, and when I reach out, I'm like, dude, do you realize I haven't spoken for 3 days? Like, I'm sorry, I just gave you space because I thought you were mad at me. And I was like, bitch, aren't you supposed to be trying to rectify things considering that you're in the wrong? And he's like, no, it just felt like you didn't want to talk to me, so I gave space. And I'm like, it's not that longer. I fast forward, get to heritage, girl. I sana. Now, here's the thing that scared me. Even when we would fight, when I would call him, he'll pick up. When I text, he responds. Guys, that thing. Hi, okay, fine. Him and I, we had a fight that week. Oh, no. Actually, we didn't have a fight that week. We were fixing, like, he was expressing the fact that he really cares about me and he really hopes that we can, you know, mitigate the situation. Like, he really hopes that we can reconcile. I'm just told, no, man, I don't like this, and this is not where I see myself going in a relationship. And if I'm not here to change you, I'm not here to fix you. So if this is something you're not ready for, I'd rather you express that with me so that I can give you the space you need and deserve. And he was like, no, Naledi, like I really want to reconcile, I want to fix things with you. Okay. After that, cooking for me, guys, is a love language. Okay, I will cook for a man that I care about. It takes me actively wanting to submit in that regard. Like, I want to cook for you. I want you to enjoy my food. I want you to miss my cooking, because that's my way of showing my love and affection and appreciation for you, ensuring that you're fed. No man will ever sleep on an empty stomach while he's dating me. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, guys. Come Friday, no man, there's some sort of family gathering happening. What? It's like, no, there's a family gathering. What? I'm like, so I make this joke. And I'm like, family gathering. One would assume you're getting married. Ha ha ha. It's like, no, ha ha ha. What? This is now in the morning of Friday. Now we're casually talking. Hi man, tugu. Someone just stops responding to my texts. Hey bro, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Now I'm doing a question mark casually on some highball. Now, left on red. He doesn't talk to me the whole night. He does not talk to me. And like, he logs on WhatsApp, but he does not talk to me. Carl, you? Carl, Carl, ganjad man. Hi man. Ibe the Friday, give me robale, I get to one now, I'm expecting to get a text from him on some ish, dude. No, man. Hey, here at home, nabana. Hey, next. Guys, you know what I wake up to? I wake up to my messages being blue ticked, and now this is at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 2 o'clock and I see my messages have been read. Okay, fine. Who sent you a message? Sorry, babe. I'll call you later. Couple 7. I'll call you later. Okay, cool. Hi guys, yes, it goes to 11. Yes, 11, it's almost midday. And I the messaging in 7. So I'm thinking at some point, man, throughout the morning, he'll just call me, let me know how the events went. Sweet. Hi man, even I feel I'm gonna call this gents. I call once. I call twice. I call thrice. Kawana kar. Kar angege. My pride won't let me. No, I'm not calling anymore. I can check out that scene. He was seen a minute ago. When I get you, I was like, I'm like, nah, no, this is not happening. He was obsessed with me. This is not happening. I'm hated. I'm despised. So I sent him a message about 12. And I'm like, is there a reason why you're not picking up my calls? Blue tick. Last scene, guys. Mang say check on 1. Last scene, 1:45. Minanga message one is the reason why I miss my calls at 11:30. Guys, did I not end up at the club that night? Like I was in my feels. Yo. Like every hour in the hour I just went, yo. I was like, hey, man, hey. Guys, Sana, I grabbed my friend, grab lunch. I'm really trying to ignore what's going on. Marakone, like mid conversation on the hour. I'm like, last scene. I check was in the middle, go screen grab, put the phone down. Ask my friend, like, dude, he's ignoring me for real. Ah, yo, he's ignoring me. Guys, so point where he blue ticked me from Friday. Hi man, online born man, online. Yo. I wanna call who's icon. Can get screenshots online. Car wait king. If you don't want to talk to me, just say so. Can I tell you that message is also bleeding? Oh no. Guys. Let me just tell you that I ended up at the club, and you guys know me, I don't club. There's only one club I can do in this day and age, and it's called Conquer Day Club. And it's a day club even though it ends at 11. But at the end of the day, it starts during the day because you know what? Not personally, nightclubs are not for me. Kafela tlapong ko qotsele. Ko re nna nje skepsele sama keba. Skepsele sa kebzin. Kafela tlapong guys. After dinner, I was like, my friend was like, man, let's do the club. I was like, babes, at this point, we can't even do a club that starts at 4 o'clock. I go to the club, guys. Now I'm drinking for my emotions. Now I can feel. Now, you know, mid music and you go into it. I just don't understand how he can just, for me, what I find funny is, yo, guys. Lo and behold, Sunday, he calls me. Guys, I was so defeated. Yo, Sana, Mashiman. And I'm like, did you get married? You might as well tell me now. Don't waste my time. Like, no, babe. I only get married, yeah. I went. Food. Did you get married? I said no. After that, I just ignored him for like a week. I didn't talk to him. I didn't say anything. He then watched my statuses. He then obviously, like, we didn't talk. We didn't talk, guys. And ever since that day, I haven't recovered. And that's the moral of the story. Andi ka recovery. We eventually spoke it out, but as it stands, our team, what are we? Or we are members of the public. We are citizens of the Republic of South Africa. I am one of many in the GDP that fills up South Africa. Wait again. Go akisha. When I even think about that day, kekwata happy. And therefore, that is why meluyeka matota. Why yeke. Leave now while you're still within your right mind to do so. Because I can assure you, I haven't recovered since then. Nope, not at all. It was like that weekend I was checking gossip pages like yo. Guys, I was losing my mind. I was checking gossip pages, basic popcorn, hot served, hot tea. I was just sitting on the edge like this. But yeah, nothing came up. Because I'm a fan. Not because I got shut down. Like, I don't know, as it stands. Like, you know what I should do? I should take his ID number and type it to that number at Home Affairs that tells you if someone's single or married. But yeah, guys, that's essentially what happened the weekend of Heritage. I didn't want to get too much into it because I don't want to tell you guys the reconciliation or anything like that. But yeah, guys, comment down below and tell me if something like that has ever happened to you, because it almost happened to me. But because me, I'm above it. I'm graceful and I'm single and I've got exes in abundance to go back to. Comment down below and let me know. But other than that, my mukbang and story time is finally complete. As you guys can see, I actually finished my food and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But that is it, guys, from your ultimate fave. That is it for the story time and mukbang. I love you guys so much and I will see you guys on the next video on Vlogtober.